Good afternoon, you join me here at Blackpool railway station, where hopefully today in this nice short relaxed video I'm going to be answering the question of, is Blackpool really that bad? So yeah, Blackpool is often considered the worst seaside town in the country by some people, so we're just going to see if that's actually true, and I think Blackpool actually seems quite nice so far, so let's go. So right away the traffic situation isn't ideal, but I think it does seem fairly easy to get to the sea from here, so that's where we're going to go first. Right, so I just went underneath this tunnel behind me which leads underneath the Holiday Inn Express from Blackpool North railway station to Blackpool North tram stop, and it's a dead end here, so we either have to turn around or go into the tram, so I think we're going to go there to the seaside on the tram. Here we are, nice yellow tram. I don't think they're the standard ones, but they just go down to the beach and then on for another place. I've got the annoying mesh window. I've just had my first peek of Blackpool Tower over these mid-rise buildings here through the window, and there's the sea through there. I just got off the tram. I think we were on more of a leisure one because I think there were the yellow ones and there's the commuter ones which are red. As you can see behind me is the Blackpool Tower, and I recently learnt that the Blackpool Tower is exactly a third smaller than the Eiffel Tower, so that's quite cool, isn't it? Right, so there's only one thing I really want to do here, and that is to go in the sea, because last time I was on a seaside town I never did that, so I'm just going to go and do that now, and I'm going to switch to the chest strap so you can get a view from my POV. Right, so you should have my chest view on camera now, and I just wanted to say, when I walked further up to Blackpool Tower, it was so much cooler than I thought it was when I was looking at pictures online. It is epic, and we're just heading towards the sea now, as you can see. Seem to have a bit of an obstacle, so I guess I'll just walk through this. Right, bit of a problem. That is all clay and I just walked completely through it. So my feet are covered, even more of a reason to go in the sea now. Right, quick update. I've taken my microphone off, so the audio might not be as good, but it just means I can actually go in the water on camera now. I've also taken my sliders off because they're covered in clay. So that's great, isn't it? Right, sorry for the messy start. If you watched my last video, you'd know why that is. I was very tired at this point. But regardless of that, if you made it this far in the video, I think you are enjoying it, so why not consider subscribing just before I get to the water? Right, here we go. Oh, it's not actually that bad. It's not cold. Whew. Okay. It gets deep quite fast, but it's nice. I'd say it's clean, but it's not. Okay, right. I thought it would be cold, honestly, because it was raining all night outside, and it's only just got warm. It gets very deep very quick here. It's very low tide at the moment, but it's getting very deep. I've walked about 5 meters in, and it's already up to my knees. It's nice and cold. Oh, I said it's warm earlier, but it is actually just kind of cooling you down. It's not too cold. And there's Blackpool Tower. What a view in the sea with Blackpool Tower perfectly symmetrical in my vision. Right, I'm going to quickly run down to my bag and put all my camera stuff away. Just spend a few minutes without the camera in the sea. So, I'll see you when I'm done. Right, I'm just moving on from the main seafront now, and we're walking towards one of the piers. It's not the pleasure beach, the main one. I think it's the northernmost one. It just looks the cheapest to get into, and I think it'll be a good way to kind of rate Blackpool a little bit more now. We've got more very strange architecture further up the beach, but that's the kind of thing we like on this channel. So far, what I'm noticing from being here is that it gets very busy when it's nice and sunny. The beach is a lot nicer than a lot of people say. I knew it had trams before, but I didn't think it was like a proper commuter one. And you can just see lots of points where, you know, there's little blobs of things that have clearly had some money thrown at them. One other thing, earlier I said the trams are red, they're actually purple and yellow. I'm on the pier, and so far we haven't been charged for anything, so I'm expecting to be charged any second now. I don't even know, I didn't do any research, I don't know if you have to pay to be on here. But it doesn't look like you do, or maybe you do, I'm not sure. I'll find out. Right, to my surprise, I said it's the cheapest one to get on, it's actually free, so that is indeed true. At the moment, the tide's quite far out, so we're not going to be above the water at any point. So I've just had a go on one of these usually scammy £1 telescope things. I haven't had a go on one of these for years until now, but it told me some information along the way. So apparently this pier here was designed by the same person who designed the Brighton West Pier, which is quite interesting. It was opened in 1863, I think it said, but don't quote me on that, I'm not quite sure. And you can just about see the Isle of Man over there. Most of the activities here look like they're aimed at smaller children, and there's quite a lot of overpriced food places, so we might check that out in a minute. I just kind of want to get to the end because I think that should be quite cool. You can't really get any further because of these bouncy castles, but realistically you can get a view of the sea anywhere around here, can't you? Honestly, so far I can see why this place is free. I think we may be about to go and get some food, but I'm not quite sure yet. It feels a bit mean saying I can see why it's free, but to be fair, you can get absolutely nothing for the same price. So I think that's actually quite good. We got ourselves some donuts and they certainly weren't overpriced. They were only £4. I mean, that's £1 each, but it's not bad. We're leaving the North Pier now. We're just going to go down to the Garden Shopping Centre, I think it's called, just to see how many shut down shops we can find. I'm not hoping to see any empty shut down shops, but realistically we're going to see some, right? It's getting slightly quieter now, so it's not too busy at the moment, but that does not stop the cars. They are still very much on the road. I don't know why I said that. They're on the road as they should be, but I meant there's lots of them on the road. You can just about see the shopping centre down there, and it does look open, which is a good start. I had the opportunity to come here to Blackpool because I was staying in Manchester and tickets are really cheap from Manchester. But also, I just wanted to say thank you to the people who mentioned Blackpool on my Swindon video, and thank you for suggesting it because I'm kind of glad I came. I don't know how I've done this, but I've mistaken this building, which is some sort of venue, for a shopping centre. So when I was doing my research, I saw it and I thought, that looks quite cool. So I searched up what it was and I could have been sure it was a shopping centre. So we're going to go and do something else instead. I guess we'll just find a different shopping centre. Right, here is our alternative shopping centre and I don't have hope for it. There we go, another shut down shop. That one's just empty at the moment, but this one here, well and truly shut down. There's a shop in there, it's just shut at the moment. That might be a common theme. There's another one down there, shut down shop, and another one down here. All in one clip, I've seen 4 so far. I didn't expect to see a lot of open, lively shops down here. I mean, the Superdrug's there, that's open, that looks fine. To be fair, it is 20 minutes to 6 on a Thursday in the middle of the summer holidays, and I'm not expecting all the shops to be completely open, but there were a few permanently shut down ones, and I did expect that, so I'm not entirely shocked. It's a seaside town, so you're here to see the sea, not really go shopping. I am going back to the station now, but the video is not over yet. I'm just going to do a little bit of a station review just to see what the public transport is like. But yeah, I think that should be interesting. Haven't done it before. And I'll answer the question that this video is made to answer. So the trams from the station to the beach were only every hour, but the buses seem a little bit more frequent. And the train station, certainly a nice big one, nice big hub. So that's certainly not a problem. I just managed to get myself some Blackpool Rock, and to be fair, this was actually cheap. If you're wondering, it was 4 for £2, I think, and they were 60p each. I didn't think my way of navigating myself back to the station would be this easy. But I've just spotted the giant Sainsbury's, which is opposite the station. And I didn't mention this earlier, I really want to go in, but it's probably not open. Well, probably is actually. I don't know, we don't really have time. But it's a giant Sainsbury's. It has travellators and everything. It's crazy. There's the Sainsbury's. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that's their headquarters. There's the station. I was going to do a bit of a station review, but I've decided against it because we don't really have much time. Overall, I've had a really fun time here in Blackpool. I'd say it's definitely worth coming here. To answer the question, is Blackpool really that bad? No. I don't know why it has such a bad reputation. Maybe in the winter it can be a bit boring, but it's a seaside town, so no one really wants to be here in the winter in the first place. So yeah, I definitely recommend coming here if you can. I'm really lucky to have the opportunity. Thank you to those people who suggested coming, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye.